I want to ask about disinformation, and I want to ask specifically about artificial intelligence. 2024 election coming up, we've already seen AI-generated photos, tapes, audio, as well as video. What do you think needs to happen? What do you think the implications are that you've seen so far of that trend?
I'm an optimist by nature, but I'm a pessimist when it comes to this topic, because it does seem to me the energy around defeating disinformation, policing, guarding against it, that energy is evaporated. There was a lot of energy 5 years ago around making sure that there were some guardrails on social networks to give people some recourse if they were being smeared and lied about. If there was a crazy disinformation campaign targeting your family, you at least had some way to maybe have some recourse from Facebook or Twitter. It feels like a lot of that's gone away. The energy's dissipated when it comes to this war against disinformation. I think AI is going to supercharge this, of course, make it a lot easier to have a lot more information pollution in the atmosphere. And that pollution does choke everybody. I think the danger is it causes people to decide, I just don't know what's true. I can't decide what's true anymore. I can't figure it out. I'm just going to tune out, check out. I'm just going to drop out and not participate in the American conversation. That is the real danger of this environment of disinformation and of politicians peddling propaganda. But I never buy this idea that we're in a post-truth society, though, because we're only in a post-truth society if we all give up, like if we all surrender. You know, there are many, many, many millions of Americans out there defending the truth in all their individual ways. Some go out and they launch Substacks, they launch blogs, they launch newsletters, they post on Facebook or Nextdoor and educate their neighbors about what's going on in their world. There are all of those little green shoots out there that make me hopeful about this media environment. But where I do feel pessimism is about disinformation and AI, because it is going to make a bad problem even worse in the short term.
And Nicole, it is a spectrum, right? I mean, I'm not saying it's wholly post-truth, but my God, there's a lot of elements of post-truth out there. Where do you come down?
I join Brian in his pessimism about this. I mean, it requires so much attention and media literacy in order to parse what's true and not true. And as Brian was saying, like, you find then like one voice out there who you can really trust, and you subscribe to their Substack, and we become even more and more atomized as news consumers because there is so much distrust out there. And again, you're seeing a war on trust happening even as these new technologies and innovations are emerging. I mean, Twitter's verification system gets destroyed at a moment when AI-generated disinformation is becoming even more and more rampant. And so now you're tossed into a sea of, I don't know who to trust, what to trust, and all of the signals that I was relying on in the past don't exist anymore. And that is an enormous problem moving forward. I do think that many people don't want to be post-truth. They want to know what is real in the world, and they want to use what is real to guide the choices that they make. It's just so much more difficult than it used to be. Not that there was a golden age or a nirvana where everybody had easy access to true facts and the ability to sort through them easily, but that we are in a particular flood of misinformation and disinformation right now, and the tools for navigating that are just not as strong as we would like them to be. And so maybe that's the next big project. Maybe that's where we'll see those green shoots, is as people innovate ways to make it easier to navigate a world that's awash in this kind of disinformation.